So I figured we would do a get ready with me because today I'm going to take some pictures outside because it's so nice out. And I did buy a new drugstore foundation. I needed something quick because my skin is getting so pale, and I figured let me just find something really cheap and let's just see how this works because I heard some good reviews on it, but it is kind of cheap. So I am using the L line, and it's the Flawless Satin Foundation. This is what it looks like. And so, okay, thought it was a twisty off. I am going to use my serum to prime my face, just to give me a little bit of a dewy look. Don't mind my pits because I have to get a wax. Yep, this foundation also dries pretty fast. So. I did let it sit on my face for a little bit. With this foundation, I would definitely probably go in though, with a second coat, just because it is like not the best with coverage. I would just probably go a little bit in like those little areas, a little bit on my forehead, and so that I don't have to do too much when I do my contour. It just looks a lot easier. So far, I don't really like this foundation, and I probably would never buy this foundation. It matches my skin perfect, but I just don't like the foundation at all. I know that it looks good probably on camera, but like, it's a no for me. It's definitely a big no for me. So, but that's all right. After I am done with my foundation, I like to start with my contour. I usually do my dark surfaces first, only because like doing the highlighting part, I feel like after just helps define the actual like dark contour. So I'm using the Pro Concealer, which is a fave. And this, I got this in a shade too dark. Well, it's the summertime that I use it. So I just go and do a little at a time because this also dries pretty fast too. And I like to define my forehead because we all know Jay has a big forehead, which is fine, honey, because I don't mind it. But I take this on my nose, and I don't bring it all the way down because I bring it down on this side just so that you'll see when I'm getting to that point. But I always do this part because our actual nose bridge goes up and it just looks a lot more natural. I like to give myself that shading effect. Then I go in with my Cover Fix brush and I just blend those things in. And I don't blend them in too much because I'm gonna blend it in with my beauty blender. Got a freaking baby hair in the way. Yep, and so I'm gonna take that all around. And then the extra that you do have left, bring it onto your neck. Guys, it's so nice outside. Then I have a separate, I cannot speak. I like literally have like just combobulations with my words. But anyway, so I use that same beauty blender to blend out. That looks so good. And then you want to blend upward because everything is supposed to be up. You want that defined look. You want that brightening look, awake look. If you start dragging things down, it's going to give you discoloration and stuff, and your makeup's just going to look uneven. Naturally, our lightings are this areas, our eyes, our forehead, our chins, you know, and our dark spots are only in certain areas. So and so the reason I do that, put one on the other side and one on the opposite, is because I am dragging this down below as well. And I just love a very sharp look when it comes to my nose. I love that like skinny bridge look. Once I am done with that, I go in with everything I want highlighted on my face. The Pro Concealer. So right here, I'm going to bring this up a little bit for where I started with my nose. Then that center area, oops, whatever. Then you want this to be brightened. And it's gonna like define that whole contour, and it's gonna just look really good. And I am not a makeup artist, let me just say that now. So this is just how I do my makeup. And it changes like all the time. And I really like a bright under eye. So I like to bake for quite some time too. Like I said, I love a bright under eye, so I go in a little bit more with the concealer just to keep this area quite bright. And see, it's gonna help blend out that contour that we did, the dark contour. And sharpen it. I love doing my dark part of my contour before I do the light. Baking powder. This is the baking powder that I am using. This is the Revolution in Banana shade. So everything we just did, we are going to set with our baking powder. So I like to shape out my nose a little bit more. And everything I just did right there, I'm just gonna gently drag over here. And I always get creased in my nose, so I always try to put as much right there. And then right here, I'm gonna leave just like that until a little bit. And I always get those lines right here. So I just put a little bit right there because I don't want it to look too whitish right there or too dry because I don't want it to look like crackhead. Oh my gosh, I sound crazy. Then I love to brighten my forehead. Take some right here also, just because I don't like that unibrow look. And then I take a little in the center of my nose. There we go. I'm gonna bronze right here. And I'm gonna bronze twice, just because I like it to be bronzed up, especially when I am more on the pale side. So I'm using the Balm. This is my favorite bronzer. So just where we were at, slowly drag that up. Okay, then I like to go in with my banana powder and set that. And I just keep that on there for a few minutes. Like I said, if anything, I'll just lighten up this area some more if I feel like it. And that way you can see where your bronzer and your cheekbones start. And you can just clean it up a little bit more with this. During that time, I go ahead and swipe off my chin. Forehead. Nose. And then once I do this part, I just go ahead and circular motion just to blend the line. I don't want it to be too harsh.
Sorry if you guys hear my crazy son. He is on
I'm bald today. And then I go in with a smaller one and just wipe up underneath my eye just so it doesn't look too patchy. Like everything to be super clean, especially when you're in public with your makeup on. You know, clean up anything that looks just patchy and looks like leftover. All right, then I go in with my bronzer again, just to sharpen my nose area. All right, then with that bronzer, we are gonna go ahead and bronze everything else.
especially if you're a dark highlighter girl like me.
And then I like to blend my face out a little bit with this. That same beauty blender that you blended your whole face out with. At least my dark contour I like to blend out. with my Kylie Jenner highlight, and I'm just gonna highlight the spots that I want to highlight. I don't use the fan because I felt like the fan just gives me more of a swipe effect. So I just go on with one of my other brushes. There we go. When it comes to like my highlight, for some reason I like it very minimum up in my eyes and my brow area. And I would blend that out like with my hand or something, finger. And I just play around with this real quick and keep looking until it's like settled down. There we go. Get what I mean? Blend out right here in my eye so it's not too harsh either. Yeah, that's pretty much all I do. So for my lips, I am going to use London and the NYX, and I'm just gonna use this to outline it. So then I'm gonna go, and before I do the bottom of my lip, I'm going to use my Lip Plumper Lip Injections Extreme Too Faced. I just love the effect that it gives me. And I usually do that first, but I forgot. So I'll let that do its thing for a minute. And then I am gonna go on with my NYX Soft Matte. And then I will add some of this in the center. Here we go. All right, guys, so this is the final look. I'll be back to show you guys what my outfit looks like. But yes, I just curled my hair, some loose curls at the bottom. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. All right, so I got this shirt from, I think, Pretty Little Things. Yep, I think so. I got this shirt from Pretty Little Things in a size small. And then my jeans are from Levi.